I want you to be independent of me. I want you to have long-lasting, sustainable habits that you teach to your children, and it becomes generational health. I truly believe that God did not put me on this planet just to help somebody lose 10 to 50 pounds. I'm here to make sustainable generational changes where my name will be mentioned in a future household. Ooh. Like, I stand for that in my life, and that's the person that I am in public. When I'm helping people with their program, I'm thinking to myself, this is my mission, this is my service, this is my purpose.
Welcome to Sheila's Take, your go-to podcast for thoughtful insights on love, faith, health, fitness, relationships, and navigating today's challenges through a spiritual perspective. Join me, Sheila Dunbar, as we explore various aspects of life with a mindful and godly approach. Tune in for engaging discussions on all things meaningful and transformative. Welcome back to Sheila's Take, and today I am so excited because I am joined by someone that I consider a really good friend. She's helped me on my weight loss journey, and she's continually helping other women to achieve their goals. Madi Still is a former teacher who took a leap of faith to pursue her passion for wellness and nutrition. Madi is the founder and owner of Be Still Nutrition in Hatfield, Pennsylvania, where she's helping others transform their relationship with food and health. From managing a classroom to managing her own business, Madi's journey of reinvention is both inspiring and real. So we're going to dive into her story of transition, entrepreneurship, and how she's making an impact in the nutrition space. So my sister, my friend,
yes,
Madi, welcome to Sheila's Take.
Yay, thank you for having me on. I've been wanting to talk to you on your podcast for like 2 years. So I'm so excited now.
I'm glad to have you on. And I'm so, if people don't know, but Madi has been so instrumental in helping me with my weight loss journey. I met her like about 2 years ago, just a little before I started the podcast. And I was starting my journey, and she just helped me get further into it, and she made it a lot more fun.
I love that.
Madi, I thank you. So I'm going to start off with the one question that really kind of I've been thinking about. But what inspired you to make the switch from teaching to entrepreneurship?
I love that question. So I want to make it really clear. Like, I loved teaching. I love the profession. I respect the profession. Mm-hmm. But sometimes when you're, sometimes in life, you just start to feel a pull and you start to almost get uncomfortable. And it was to the point where I was starting to suffer from physical discomfort, showing up in a place that was no longer meant for me. Yeah. I wanted so badly to branch out. And when I discovered wellness for myself, I discovered this deep passion that I didn't even know I had, this purpose that I didn't even know I was being introduced to. And it rocked my entire world. And I will never forget the last week of my teaching career. I decided that I was leaving teaching, and I knew I was going to have a conversation with my principal about it. And I remember I vomited right before the conversation.
Wow.
Because I was so petrified. But I knew that place was no longer enough for me. It was almost like, and I hope it's okay to refer to this on your podcast, but it was just this deep voice inside of me from God. Like, you're no longer meant to be here. Like, there's so much more for you. There's a purpose for you. Yeah. You know, I know the plans I have for you. They're for good. Just go ahead and jump. Mm-hmm. And I was so afraid. And it was my husband who really pushed me off the cliff.
Wow.
He was like, financially, we are so set. You know, you've been doing this from home. And I created a home-based business that was very dependent on social media as well as body transformation challenges. So I had a very strong clientele. I knew that financially, I was already double what I was making as a teacher for over 2-3 years. Mm-hmm. So this wasn't like, oh, you're making, 6 figures now on the side, just jump. It was like, okay, you're making 6 figures on the side, but I'm gonna just hold on to this retirement, but I'm gonna just hold on to these benefits, but I'm gonna hold on to this security, because it is scary. It's terrifying to leave security for something that you don't know is gonna work.
We had this conversation,
Girl, we've had this conversation too many times with each other. It's scary, and a lot of people don't recognize the ups and the downs and the emotional roller coasters that you go through with entrepreneurship. But I tell you that not a single day has passed that I wish I was a teacher again. Not a single day. I have not a single regret. Have I had hard months? I've had dark months. I've had hard months. I've had, how am I going to pay this bill months? I've had all of those things, and I still would not trade those to be back in the classroom.
That's a strong statement there. Why don't you go into a little bit of what you do at Be Still?
Oh my gosh. Do you see like the light that shines when I talk about Be Still?
I know. Come on. Because that's something you love doing. You love helping women.
It's almost
helping
like
people.
I'm a mother, right? I have a teenage son, and Be Still is like my baby. I've known it since its conception in my mind, and I saw it born, and I've watched it evolve, and I've watched it grow, and I've nurtured it, and I've guided it. And so when people are like, Be Still's your baby, I'm like, no, like, you don't get it. Like, Be Still is my baby. So at Be Still Nutrition, we are two-part. We are one part just healthy cafe. Healthy options. I say we are a protein and an energy bar. So we offer you healthy protein options as well as healthy energy options. And then we also have like green juices, and we have our baked goods. We have protein donuts, protein waffles, which you love.
Which I love.
Our acai bowls, different things like that. But we're also wellness coaches. So just for instance, I'm going to give you an example of something that I actually did today, right before your podcast at about 4:30 p.m. I actually did a body scan for one of our customers that came in, and he was brand new. So I'll kind of explain a little bit about what a body scan is. So I basically have a questionnaire that I get to know your healthy habits. What are you eating for breakfast? What are you having for lunches? I'm not just saying like, are you eating enough protein? Because a lot of people will be like, yes, I am eating enough protein. And then when I start saying, what'd you have for breakfast yesterday and today? And then next thing you know, I'm finding out it's only fruit with, coconut milk, and there's no protein in it. And then I'm finding out that, for lunch, all I had was an orange or an apple with yogurt. And I'm starting to understand and pick up on the habits, and I'm writing those tips down. And then I'm getting you on a scale, and it's going to actually measure not just your body fat, but your visceral fat, your subcutaneous fat. It's going to measure, how much protein is in your body, how much water you're retaining. It's going to even tell you what your metabolic age is. And then I take those numbers and I make a recommendation of what kind of nutrition plan you should be following. I send you your macros, how much calories you should be having, how much protein you should be having. I give suggestions based on our conversation, like, hey, there were some things that you said in your profile. You said, you're a really healthy person, but you're eating microwavable meals 5 times a week. That's a lot of sodium. So and then I provide a free guide to jumpstart your program. And then you have an option to use me as a coach and actually pay for my services.
Well, Madi, I was by your shop today. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what Be Still offers. But I have to come in and do that body scan, because I know one of the things I did when I met you, I had lost a lot of weight, but I still hadn't met my target weight. And when I met you, I had no, I wasn't even working out with a coach. I didn't even have a trainer at that time.
Right.
And you explained to me, you even said to me, oh, I don't think you're getting enough protein. I'm like, well, what do you mean? So you are very helpful. You let people know exactly what it is. And it's not about you trying to, it's not about what you trying to make money off of people. You are genuinely trying to help people and lose weight and a healthy way. And it's not even a diet. It's just a healthy way of eating. There were things.
It's interesting because I've adopted this concept. I actually got this from a customer, but I've adopted it as my own. Diet is for short-term loss. I'm going on a cruise. I want to look great. I need to drop 5 pounds for my cruise. 5 to 10 pounds is a diet. 15 or more is a lifestyle change.
Yes.
So my job is not to coach you forever. Do I believe that we have the number one products? Do I believe people feel amazing on them? Have I seen people drop? I've helped someone lose up to 200 pounds. So have I seen these products and my coaching and the way that I tailor the programs for people work wonders? Yes. However, I want you to be independent of me. I want you to have long-lasting, sustainable habits that you teach to your children, and it becomes generational health. I truly believe that God did not put me on this planet just to help somebody lose 10 to 50 pounds.
Right.
I believe that I'm here to make sustainable generational changes where my name will be mentioned in a future household. Like, I stand for that in my life, and that's the person that I am in public. When I'm helping people with their program, I'm thinking to myself, this is my mission, this is my service, this is my purpose. Now, I'm not going to run from money. I gotta feed the baby, right?
Of course.
Business. And that's such a, it's unfortunate, because the first thing that the person said to me today, he said, what are your qualifications to even sit and have this conversation with me? And I was like, wow, so we're starting out, By the end of the conversation, it was so nice to meet you. Thank you for your time. He felt so safe and he felt seen, and that's my job. Is I want to read people, and I just want to give them the best option that works for their longevity, not just something that's going to be a quick fix.
Exactly. Let's talk about the name. What is the name of your business? What is the meaning behind Be Still Nutrition?
So it was actually one of my girlfriends, Tamar. Actually, I'm gonna say her. I'm gonna drop her name and I'm gonna send her this podcast, because I'm gonna look, boo. But we were on the phone and we were just talking about how I wanted to open a space that was healthy. In our area, we are very pizza shop based, Chinese shop based, hoagie shop based, things that are just not really healthy options. And even the smoothie bars that are around us, they're great, but they're a lot of sugar. So I was like, I want to start something that can create sustainable changes for people, but also I'm kind of interested in what this looks like as far as restaurant cafe ownership. So it was just an interesting thing, because I'm talking to her about it and I was like, but I don't know what to call it. And she said, well, your last name is Still. And it just makes me think to myself, like, the Bible verse, be still and know. And she was like, what if you called it Be Still Nutrition? And I was like, that's it.
Wow.
That's it. And the day was born right in that moment. Yeah. So it's kind of a piece of my last name with scripture.
The scripture, you see?
And if you walk in to Be Still, there's scripture all over the place.
And I for those in the area, or even if you're passing through, you have to stop in. Her shop is open Monday through Saturday.
Correct.
What is it?
Close on Sundays like Chick-fil-A.
What?
I said we close on Sundays like Chick-fil-A.
Yes, but go through and check her out, because even the shop is so inviting. I mean, it's beautiful, and she just redid some
the remodel is
remodeled, so it's really, really beautiful. And it really is. It's very personable, and the staff that she has, when you go in, they're very welcoming, friendly. It's like they know your name, they get to know you. Let me ask you, how do you balance running a business with your personal wellness?
That's such a really good question, because I think entrepreneurs tend to be the unhealthiest people on the planet. And honestly, I think it's because we run ourselves ragged trying to create our dream. So I had to learn very quickly that there's no such thing as balance. That's lesson number one. It's not a tug of war. You're not trying. You're not trying to find balance, because I think that at that point you're given less than you should in every area. So if I'm spending time with my teenager, like for instance, last night we're going on a cruise. My son was like, I know we're gonna be doing some line dances, Mom. Can we practice boots on the ground? Can we practice the wobble? Can we practice the Tamia line dance? Like, let's learn some stuff. I can't be on my phone texting clients and doing that with him. And, I can't be doing all of that. So the first thing of my wellness was learning that if I'm working out, I'm working out. I'm not doing business while I'm working out, because that time is for me. But that's a non-negotiable hour that I consider a business to-do list, because I'm in charge of my business and I am a wellness coach. I have to wear my results. If I start gaining weight and I'm out here not taking care of myself, what happens to my business?
Yeah.
So I prioritize one thing at a time to keep my mental health sane. If I'm working out, I'm working out. If I'm in what I call a power hour of my business, I'm in power hour. My phone is on do not disturb. I'm not searching social media. It is an hour of dedication to just business.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm with my son, I'm with my son. I think wellness, people think I can juggle so many things. You can't do it efficiently. The number one thing that you can do is prioritize one thing at a time. And I think that's how we seek true wellness. I also fill my time with things that fill my cup, because in entrepreneurship, I'm constantly giving, especially in my profession. My job is to help others.
Yes.
So I'm service oriented 24/7. So how do I get that for me? So I spend time doing things I love. I make sure that at least 1 hour a day is Madi time, me time. Yeah. Whether I'm working out or I'm reading or I'm binging a TV show, I stop making myself feel guilty for watching TV. I think that, you hear things as entrepreneurs, you hear these like public speakers and motivational speakers talking about no sleep and you gotta go hard and you gotta be up at 3 a.m. I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah. No.
I don't. No. To me, entrepreneurship, I left an amazing profession with incredible retirement structure and incredible benefits and incredible human beings as my fellow teachers.
Yeah.
To chase time and freedom and flexibility. Why would I now sacrifice that to be sleep deprived and miserable? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And listen, to my listeners, to my viewers, go to Madi's social media page. She is always on the go, always on the go. She's, and I love her for that. She does not let any grass grow under her feet. She's enjoying life. She's not stressing. She's doing what she wants to do and still running a successful business. Let's talk about let's talk a little bit about, and I know you had an injury. Let's talk about that and how you recovered from that.
So actually it's a year ago right now. So I'm very athletic. I move a lot. I work out a lot. I've done CrossFit. I've done competitions. I've done, races, 10 miles, triathlons. I love to push myself. I love to see what I can produce. And I had a herniated disc, got some, PT, whatever, and I was doing great. And then one day I'm sitting on the couch and I went to stand up and I threw my back out, which is what I would, relate to as, I guess, like my disc was off. Like, I don't know. I went to my chiropractor, which I won't say who, because where the story goes, I don't want y'all to think that with that. And got my adjustment, didn't feel better.
Yeah.
And 3 nights I spent in the most agonizing pain I have ever in my life experienced. It trumped childbirth. It trumped, I mean, I was in agony, sleep deprived. There was one day I remember my husband saw me sitting in a hot shower, bawling because the sciatic burning, what happened was my herniated disc was compressing on my sciatic nerve. And it was doing it for so long that it ended up damaging the nerve. And I still, a year later, have nerve damage on my right leg and foot. So I ended up being paralyzed for a very short time.
Yeah.
And then I went from full paralysis on my leg to being able to use a walker, to being able to use a cane. It was a really dark time for me. And I think that one of the things that first of all, I had to have like a come to Jesus moment within about 3 days where I'm crying. I'm talking, I am fighting in the den right now with God. Like, why me? Oh man, I can get emotional talking about it. Like, why me? Like, I'm a good person. I do good for others. Like, why did this happen to me? And I remember more than anything, it was like so late at night. Everybody was asleep. I was by myself. And I remember, why not you? Why not?
Yeah.
Why do you get to avoid hardship?
Yeah.
You've been asking for time. You've been saying how tired you are. I'm giving you time to rest.
Yeah.
What are you going to use with that time to triumph? And it was like instantly, I was like, you know what? I'm going to create systems for my business that make sense. I'm going to train
Mm-hmm.
my other mentees on how to do things. I'm
Yeah.
going to duplicate better. I'm going to do more personal development. I'm going to show how powerful these supplements are. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to get my body back. I'm now down almost 20 pounds. I'm
Yeah.
walking, I'm playing pickleball, I'm back in the gym. I'm like the healthiest and happiest I've ever been. And it woke me up to how precious the most basic things are that we take for granted.
Yes. Yes.
Now, now when something stresses me out, because you said you don't stress. Now when I start to get stressed, I go, A, is this a major or a minor thing?
Right.
Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
working really hard not to major on minor things.
Yeah. Yeah.
B, is this something that if I were to lose my ability to walk again, I would care about?
Yeah.
The answer is always no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can let go that quickly. So it wakes you up to how precious life is. And I was
Mm-hmm.
able to get out of it, get back to my wellness journey, and really move forward, just accepting it and having gratitude inside of
Yeah.
it, knowing that this moment was designed for me. It's not happening to me, it's
Mm-hmm.
happening for me.
Yeah.
And the minute I embraced it, my entire life shifted.
Yeah. And I remember we had a conversation. You had mentioned that you didn't think you would even go back to even be able to lift weights and stuff like that, which I see
Yeah.
now is
Well, I'm
you're
back,
doing,
honey.
you're back,
I
you're
had a
back with a
whole
vision.
PR today at the gym. I'm back, honey. But yet it was really scary. My husband was like even researching like ranchers because we live in a 3-story home.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think we need to move to a single level.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
didn't know if I would walk again. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
scary.
And she's doing amazing. But like I said, playing pickleball, which she has to teach me, but that's
You know
another
what? We
time.
fall in love. I can't wait for our first session together.
So let me ask you this. What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about nutrition?
Um, that you have to eat less to achieve what you want.
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest misconception that I deal with in my coaching business is teaching the women I work with to eat more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really hard to break that. It's really hard. And then they do, like, for instance, my mother, she's now recently down 40 pounds with me. She finally is like, she's focused. She's following the plan. She
Yeah.
sent me her little food log every day. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
in, right? And the first week that she was in, and I had her eating 500 calories more than she was accustomed to. And she was like, I just feel like how is this going to help me? I feel so full. I'm so fat. I feel so bloated. And
Yeah.
at the end of the week, she was down 3 pounds.
Yeah.
And she was
Yeah.
like, okay, you have my attention.
Yeah.
So
Because you're just like I know how she feels because that's how I feel. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm so full. I
yeah.
can't eat anymore,
Well, and society teaches us that
Yeah.
we should be eating less,
Exactly.
especially, and I have to be careful when I'm teaching people too, because like BMI and different things like that, it tells me that I'm obese and I need to lose 50 pounds.
Yeah.
50 pounds where?
Yeah.
Whose scale is that?
Yeah.
So especially working with women of color that have grown up in a culture and society that emphasizes skinny, but doesn't emphasize healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard thing for me to break culturally. Yeah. So there's a lot of conversations that have to take place for that to happen that have nothing to do with nutrition, just have to do with the roots and science of how you grew up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo, woo, woo. This is some good stuff. What's your vision for Be Still Nutrition?
Oh my gosh. So fun fact, so every day, a part of my morning routine, I stretch, I do my devotions, I do my gratitude, I listen to some personal development, and then I just take 2 minutes every day to close my eyes and envision Be Still, the Be Still that I want to see.
Yeah.
Because I believe very strongly in the manifestation of things with our powerful intentions and what we put out. But right now, the biggest vision I have is I want to see 50 to 100 people in our store every day.
Mm-hmm.
I see community. I see people feeling like they have a place that belongs.
Yeah.
That's really what we are working so hard in our community events to create events that bring all people from all ages, stages of life, races, and feel like they feel they have a place that belongs. You know, now people, especially with the new design and the new seating, now people actually are coming and just hanging out, or they're bringing a friend, like, let's go have brunch at Be Still, you know, different things like that. So I see, like, when I close my eyes, I see the cafe, I see people sitting, I
Yeah.
see like college kids coming in and getting their energy drinks and hanging out and taking selfies on like the blue velvet plush couches. You know,
Listen, can I tell you something? When I saw that, I'm like, the first thing being a podcast, I'm like, oh my goodness, this would be a perfect place to do podcasting.
oh, you
Where
could
you
do
have the couch set
that.
up. Oh, I'm telling you, it
Oh,
looks beautiful. It
yeah.
looks
Thank
beautiful.
you. You know, it really does. I feel like it matches my energy. It's very
Yeah.
bright, it's very vivacious, it's colorful, it's all kinds of
Mhm.
life and greenery and plants, and
Yeah.
you know, it's a lot of like what I feel of who I am. But yeah, I see a lot of community. You know, I see our events. You know, we have, for instance, Sunday we have one of our open house tastings.
Mm-hmm.
So we started doing this where when we launch a new menu, we allow people to taste test the menu for $5. So they get samples of shakes, they get samples of teas, they're going to be getting samples of our protein slushies. You know, I see those types of events being
Mm-hmm.
packed through the door
Yeah.
and people meeting. You know, we did a crochet class, and we had 30 people in our
Ooh.
crochet class. And it was women from as young as 7 all the way
Mm.
up to women of 75, and
Wow.
people are talking, and they're, how
Yeah.
did you do this? And I
Yeah.
remember Nicole and I looking around like, we have been dreaming of this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
I want people to feel like they have a place that feels safe and they belong and they feel healthy. And I just
Mm.
want it to be the happy place that everybody talks about, you
Well,
know?
I mean, it is when you go in there, it's happy. I mean, there's people.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go in there when I've gone in there and you're not there, and there's other women there. I'm talking to them like I've known them forever. Be the first time I met them. But getting back to the community, it's like honestly, when I first moved here, I think I met you a year after I moved here, and I didn't have a lot of friends. I have family, but not a lot of friends here. I don't have any friends here because it's all my friends are in New York. And meeting you and doing the walking and doing the exercise classes, it's really nice. And the way you guys come together and you make people feel good. So you'll get there. You will definitely get there. I see it happening. Definitely see it happening.
Listen, the first 50 days, the first time we had 50 people in the day, I'm going to text you like, girl, your podcast was magic. It worked.
But
We were there prior to COVID. Prior to
yeah,
COVID, we were 50 to 100 people.
really?
And the pandemic really shook up our customer base.
Yeah, yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So, now let's talk about what you serve because you know what I love. I love the waffles. I
Yeah.
love the teas and the shakes and now she has like I used to go
You
I would
still
go in
didn't open your box.
I didn't open it because I was saving it. I was saving it. Look how pretty
It's so
this is.
cute.
It looks
Oh,
like a little gift box when
yes.
like a little, Christmas gift. And when
Yeah.
I saw it, I'm like, oh, I gotta save this, especially when I knew we were doing this tonight.
That's
But
so
the way they do it, I used to go in and actually get the shakes made. I mean the teas made, but you can also get them and bring them home.
yeah.
And when you open them, I'm gonna open it now
Oh
because
man, it's like Christmas. I'm so
it's like
excited for
Christmas,
you.
even when last time when I got the box for I think it was 6, I'm like, oh no, this came in a nice little cute
It was
bag. And
cute, but we
I'm
got
like,
we got to
oh,
step it up
this,
a
look at
little bit.
this. Look how this looks here.
Like, I got a
You got
video of you opening your box. You're
look at
adorable.
this. And you got the teas, all the different teas here.
Yes.
And it's so and they're marked by days. Like each
Yes.
day. And this is the 12 pack. So I have 12 days of this.
12
And
days of energy.
12 days of energy. And it's everything in here.
So
Mhm.
first of all, I just want to say we just introduced the drink kits a little less than 2 years ago
Okay.
because our energy drinks are so popular.
Yes, they
So
are.
we were like, we have to start to think about a way that people can do this at home and not have to use canisters and different things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So as as the company was releasing like individually served size products, we were like, we can really create something magical for people that is
Yeah.
inexpensive and gives them like a long, lasting energy throughout the day. And it's the same price as you would go to any other coffee shop,
Hmm.
but the difference is in the coffee shops, you're getting, especially if you're putting creamer and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but you're getting sugar, you're getting caffeine.
Hmm.
The drink kits, you're getting vitamin B, vitamin C, you're getting electrolytes, you're getting guarana, you're getting ginseng, you're getting herbal tea, you're getting antioxidants, you're getting
Yes.
collagen, you're
Yes.
getting aloe, you're getting so much good for your body. So one drink kit really shifts people's like, oh wow, this, I feel
Yeah.
so much better drinking
Hmm.
this than I did drinking that.
Yeah.
And that's how we adopted the energy boxes, because
Yeah.
people were asking for more. So we were like, oh, so we love the energy box because it's 6, 12, or 14 flavors that we don't sell in our store. It's only for special customers like you. So yeah, I'm excited for you to try
And I,
them.
and
I
I
can't wait
and
to
I
think
I'm
about your
telling you,
favorite.
I love it. Like I said, I had the other one. I got the 6. I'm like, you know what? I got to go back and get the 100. And I may have to come back get the 14. I don't know because
For July, we'll save
for
that one for
for
July. Or,
for
we
July.
never know, but yeah.
Yeah, you know how I am. But
Yep.
I really I enjoy this. I enjoy this so much. And I usually want to ask this question. What are you grateful for?
Oh, I am grateful that God saves me every day from losing it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
grateful for a business that gives me purpose and joy.
Yeah.
Grateful for a healthy son who is my pride and joy and such a great kid. I'm grateful
Yeah.
for my husband of 20 years, who's my backbone and my best
Ooh.
friend. I mean, I could go on. I'm grateful for
Yeah.
my village, my best friends. I'm grateful for my health. I
Yeah.
have so much to be grateful for. I could literally take up an hour of your time just screaming gratitude, because I am tuned and tapped into gratitude right now in my
Yeah.
life.
Well, Marty, I'm blessed to have you in my life. I'm so happy that I met you because again, you helped me
And I
with
want
a
to
lot of
thank
things.
Cassie, because Cassie
Yes, Cassie.
brought us together
Yeah,
as
she
friends.
did. Yes.
Cassie, and she has no idea like this amazing, energetic, beautiful connection she's formed with the two of us by
Yes.
just introducing the two of us. So
And
shout out to
people don't
Cassie.
know Cassie's my sister-in-law. She's my
Yes,
sister-in-law by marriage. So yes. And I thank you because you're amazing. Your products are amazing. Again, it is Be Still Nutrition in Hatfield, Pennsylvania. Give the address because I don't know the address by off the top of my head, but I just go
I
there.
got you. We are at 317 South Main Street in Hatfield, Pennsylvania, right next door to Mom's Water Ice and Ice Cream.
Yes, yes. Any last thoughts you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to say?
No, just that I love you, that I'm proud of you, that it's been amazing to watch the evolution of what's happening for you.
Thank you.
To be with you from conception of thought, like I think I might want to do this, and me being like, "What are you waiting for?" Just go, like I can't wait. Come on, to this.
I know, I know, I know. I
I
thank
feel
you.
very blessed to have you in my space, in my spirit, in my circle. Like I know I can call you, and I think as women of color in entrepreneurship, it is priceless to have these types of key connections. So
Mm-hmm.
I thank you for
Definitely.
having me, on your show.
Oof. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. And Marty, thank you for sharing your inspiring journey from the classroom to entrepreneurship and showing us how following your passion can lead to helping others live healthier, more balanced lives. To my listeners, if you want to learn more about Madi and her work, you can find her on Instagram at Madi Still, MADISTILL 24/7. And check out Be Still Nutrition at Be Still Nutrition. Right? Did I say that right?
That's it.
Yes. And if you found value in today's conversation, please hit that subscription button wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps the show reach more people who might benefit from these discussions. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Sheila's Take on Facebook, Sheila's Take on YouTube, and I'm also Instagram Sheila's Take. I always have more content, and you can follow me for updates and future episodes. You can also catch Sheila's Take on the Wellness Sanctuary Radio every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Be blessed. Until next time, remember to embrace the journey, build lasting connections, and step boldly into all that life has in store for you. I'm your host, Sheila Dunbar. Blessings to you.